Welcome to this week's Torah lesson. This week's Torah portion is Parsha Vayechi. The question of the week is, what are real blessings? So in this week's Torah portion, Yaakov blesses all his children. So the Zohar, as we're learning, says as follows, that all the children were blessed, and he gives an example. Yehuda, where he says, Ata Yiducha Achecha, your brothers are going to acknowledge you. Dan, in reference to Dan, Yodin Amoy. And then he says, May Asher, for the tribe of Asher, Shmein Alachma, his bread is going to be fat and luxurious, etc. And he says, V'chein Chulu. So in other words, even though the Zohar says that he blessed them all, he lists only three. Yehuda, Dan, and Asher. Why is that? So the Rebbe's father explains, and he says like this. Because when they traveled, Yehuda was the first of the Dgalim. He was the first one. Now, since up until Yehuda, he criticized them, so he mentions the first one that traveled first. Once he mentions the first one that travels, so he mentions the one that traveled the last one, done. And then he mentions Asher in the middle. What's the connection? The Rebbe says like this. Yehuda and Dan, the first and the last, represent the right and the left, Chesed and Gvura. Asher, on the other hand, he's connected to which sphere of Bina, which is higher than Chesed and Gvura, and that's why he mentions that one. A step deeper, the Rebbe's father explains that it says, Me'asher shmeina lachma. He doesn't say lechem bread. It uses the word lachma as a vav. What's the idea of a vav? Because he draws in from the highest level, and that's how he's able to unite Yehuda and Dan. A step deeper, the Rebbe's father explains that Asher was blessed that shmeina lachma, his bread was fat. So the Rebbe says, if you take the word lachma, fat, so lamed is 30, which is the same numerical value as Yehuda, because Yehuda is spelled with a Yud, a Hey, a Vav, and a Daled and a Hey, which is 30. That's the letter Lamed. And then you have left over a Ches, Mem, Vav, which is 54. And you take Dan, is Dalet is 4, and Nun is 50, so it's 54. So Lachma has the same numerical value as Yehuda and Dan. Again, the Lamed represents Yehuda, and the Ches Ben Vav represents the idea of Dan. So you see that basically there's a real connection between all the three. So Rebbe says, 1 second. Let's look at all the tribes. Reuven, Shimon, Levi, they all have beautiful qualities. And in reality is that he all praised their qualities. But nevertheless, even though he praised their qualities, but it was done in a critical way. And because it was done in a critical way, that's why the Zohar doesn't list that. Because why? Because what does the Zohar list? Only things that's in a revealed way of a blessing. So the answer to the question, what is a real blessing? A real blessing is a blessing with no criticism and no negativity, just a pure blessing, like Yehuda received, like Dan received, and like Asher received. So let's hope and pray we learn what a revealed blessing is, and only sheer, revealed, and beautiful blessings. Thanks so much for joining us for our weekly Torah lesson. This week's Torah lesson is dedicated to memory of Baruch Ben Aryeh, Shlomo Yosef, Rachel Baslipa, Tzina Basara. May their souls be elevated by Torah we're studying in their memory. For more information, please see our website, ChabadSWF.org. Have a great and blessed week. Shavua Tov.